Pricemart Colombia is a subsidiary of Pricemart Inc. It has operated a membership shopping clubs in the country since 2011, offering a wide range of products, including food, electronics, household goods, clothing, and more at competitive prices. It uses a membership model that allows customers access to exclusive offers and low prices. The company focuses on importing high quality products and providing excellent customer service, as well as engaging in social responsibility and sustainability initiatives. Member benefits include significant discounts and the ability to purchase in large volumes. We're going to talk about the route for importation of this enterprise. First step, the registration with the Chamber of Commerce and DIAN. The route and obtaining the NIT as exporter and or producer. The Registro Único Tributario route in Colombia requires general information such as the name, Pricemart Colombia SAS, identification, the NIT 860536003, the contact details as the telephone 742-4114, the economic activity, EC codes and tax obligation, location in the street 94A, number 11A 53, the legal representatives and partners or shareholders if it's applicable, and details of the accountant or tax auditor. This information allows the DIAN to manage and control the tax obligation of the taxpayers. Now, the step 2 is tariff classification. The product to be imported by Pricemart in this case has the tariff of heating code 04061000, which corresponds to milk and dairy products, so that the product can be individualized. The subtariff item was requested and processed before the tariff division of the technical subdirectorate of the custom directorate. The code is looked up on the DIAN website to consult the taxes, VAT, levies, and FTA with the exporting country, in this case the USA. In the case of Pricemart, the product to be imported is exempt from VAT and has an import tax of 50%. Now, when we look furtherly by the section of international agreements for imports, we find an FTA with the USA that states that according to Decree 7030 of April 13, 2012 of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Tourism, the tariff levy will be 2.7%. Step 3, import market and feasibility study importer. So the exporter or supplier in this case is Pricemart Inc., a U.S. warehouse company with membership in Central America, the Caribbean, and South America. Among its most prominent products are those of U.S. origin, and it is known for its wholesale products. The company is located in San Diego, USA. Pricemart must conduct a market study with information from official sources such as the Ministry of Commerce, DANE, and ProColombia to assess the feasibility of importing products into the Colombian market. The study covers sector selection, product tariff classification, production and competition analysis, customer profile, market access, conditions, and market channels. This analysis will enable Pricemart to understand demand, competition, consumer preferences, and barriers to entry, facilitating informed decisions about the import and exportation and the expansion strategy in Colombia. So we're going to continue with the step 4, international quotation request. At Pricemart Colombia, the international quotation request is the procedure by which the company sends a document to a supplier, in this case Pricemart Inc., including the price of the requested products, milk, cheese, or derivatives, along with the necessary expenses to take the merchandise to the previously agreed delivery point. This process involves submitting an offer to the exporter after having established commercial contact and expressed interest in acquiring the products. This must contain the exporter's company name, Pricemart Inc., city, San Diego, address, 9740 Scranton RD, San Diego, the telephone 858-404-8000, and the exporting country, in this case USA. Commercial name of the product, technical name, tariff position, weight, in this case 3,098 kilograms, and the approval certificates of origin mentioned in the previous points. Additionally, provide the minimum dispatch time, maritime transport, means and term of payment, delivery date, discounts, warranties, offer validity, and product support document. In this case, the negotiation term is FOB, free on board. Step 5, approval of the previous license if required. In this step, we had to look into the DIAN webpage for some additional support documents. If any person is interested in importing animal products into the country that may represent a sanitary risk, they must request the respective animal health document for importation, DCI, before the Colombian Agricultural Institute, ICA. Also, the INVIMA registration is a document that is issued by the corresponding sanitary authority, which authorizes a natural or legal person to manufacture, pack, and import a food for human consumption, and must be approved by the INVIMA, where it is verified that the process is complete and the paperwork is up to date.
Okay, so here we can see the commercial invoice. Basically, this is an administrative document that is going to support a declaration where the conditions of sale of the merchandise are established. In this case, we have the exporter, which is Pricemart Inc., then the importer, which is Pricemart Colombia, and then we have the description of the merchandise, the total settled, the total paid, also the currency of the subject of negotiation, the form and conditions of payment, the Incoterm, the origin of the merchandise, and also the means of transport. So in this case, we can see that the total paid is $0. This is because the company that is making the export is Pricemart Inc., and then the one that is going to get it is also Pricemart Colombia, which means they are basically the same under like a chain. In terms of the total settlement, we can see on here that it's going to be 0. Most of the time, this can happen when there's a prepayment on it. So the transaction hasn't been like settled yet, so that's why the payment has not been like made in the invoice. But this is very common in the trade arrangements where payments is due upon the delivery or after a certain period. Okay, so now talking about the payment of an import. In this case, we have the direct draft payment. In this payment method, basically it means that once the terms are already settled, a purchase order is going to be issued by the buyer to the exporter that then is going to dispatch the shipping documents. Pricemart in this case advises the bank to execute the payment through a direct debit via bank transfer or an international check. Then the bank is going to initiate the payment to the exporter and is going to offer to Pricemart a financing for up to 180 days from the shipping document date. Upon the payment confirmation by the exporter, Pricemart is going to log the transactions on the records. So now talking about the issuance of the certificate of the origin, in here we have basically, well, we have to fill it out, but first explaining what's it about is going to be the paper that is going to secure the certificate of the origin. In this case, Pricemart is going to have to compile the documents such as the commercial invoice and the manufacturer's declaration verifying the goods origin. Then we're going to fill out the application that we just see on here, and it has to be accredited by a body such as the Chamber of Commerce or the Ministry of the Commerce, Industry, and Tourism. Then the submitted information is going to undergo through a scrutiny and also the validation by the entity. So this document is going to hold a crucial importance in these import procedures, basically because of the custom clearance and the granting access to various benefits that can be outlined in commercial agreements. Eventually, Pricemart is going to furnish the certificate to the importing country's customs authorities. Okay, since the method of transport is going to be the seaboard, talking about the contracting of transport and insurance, we need to have the bill of landing. The bill of landing is going to be a document that is issued by the shipping company, and in this document, they're going to acknowledge that they have received the goods for shipment. It is going to serve as a receipt for the goods and a contract of carriage, and also a document of title of the goods. In this case, the bill of landing contains details such as the name of the shipper, the carrier, the consignee, the party in Colombia that is going to get the goods, also the description of the goods, quantity, destination, and any special instruction for delivery. The bill of landing plays a crucial role in the importation process since it is a vital document that facilitates the shipment of the goods and also provides proof of ownership, and also is going to enable the transfer of goods from the seller to the buyer.
The step 10 is the arrival of goods at the TAN. Once the merchandise enters, it must be announced to the selection and direction of customs, and the transporter must deliver through the electronic computer system the cargo manifest, transport documents, consolidation, and the children's document, and notify the arrival of the means of transport. Once the merchandise has been unloaded, the transport notifies the DIAN and informs them of any inconsistency between the cargo and the cargo manifest. They must justify them. The DIAN inform the transport if it is going to advance the records of the cargo, of it is authorized, it is insurance of a shipping list. In the step 11, we can find entry to warehouse or free zone. The goods will remain in warehouse during the import process and must be delivered into the carrier. Once unloaded, the goods will be delivered to the warehouse 5 days working after. After then, we upload it is done in port. The deadline is the merchandise can remain stored in a warehouse for up to 1 month from the arrival of the merchandise. The step 12 is the physical inspection of the merchandise. The importer or the customs agents may inspect the goods in advance for the purpose of verify the description, the quantity, the weight, the condition of the goods, the place, the date at the time of the inspection, and the transport document will be notified. The importer must inform to the custom authority the result of the previous inspection in the formal report of results of the previous inspection. In this step, we can find the nationalization of goods. The import declaration must be obtained and kept for 5 years the supporting documents of the declaration. First, once the declaration is submitted, the DIAN validates and accepts it. Second, accepted customs duties and penalties are paid. It is must be made in banks and entities authorized by the DIAN. 3. The value to be paid of each one of the custom duties and penalties. Liquidate in custom declaration shall be approximate to an earliest multiplicate of 1,000. The step 14 is the refund of the import payment and completion of the exchange declaration. In this step, we can find the currency channel to pay for imports, the payment of imports, and prepayments. The import declaration is the document that covers the import operation of the national customs territory from the permanent free trade zone of finished products produced, transformed, or elaborated by industrial user of goods only from the imported raw material. Some of the data it contained in the document are importer and exporter identification, the name of the company, the tax identification number, the NID, or the root, tax domicilio, and email address. Importer and exporter contact, the name, the telephone, the email of a person responsible of the import, um, other information that contains the document are import declaration number, the data of declaration, country of origin of the goods, terms of payment, detailed description of the goods, value of the goods, and finally the country of destination of the goods.